This week we're going to take a look at the history of December corn futures, an aggressive export pace of U.S. corn. Then we're going to take a look at harvest progress and short-term weather trends here in the U.S. and wrap things up with planting progress and weather trends in Brazil. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved into the last half of November here and the corn market remains firm. Let's take a look at the history of December corn futures. December 2025 corn futures are trading near $4.35 a bushel as we tape here on Tuesday. That's one of the highest levels that we've seen since this past summer. Of course, the market was a bit higher there prior to the report on Friday, but has rebounded again as we tape on Tuesday. One of the reasons we're seeing a strong corn market is the export pace. What this slide looks at is the year-to-date U.S. corn exports shipped. Notice we're looking at exports for 25-26 are 73% higher than last year. We are looking at an extremely strong pace to most destinations around the world. U.S. is well positioned. USDA did confirm on Friday with its export sales summary that a lot of sales were completed during the government shutdown. Let's shift gears now and focus on harvest progress. Let's take a look at the latest updates from the USDA. Now, at the USDA reopening here, we got an estimate on Monday that we're looking at 91% of the corn is harvested. On average, U.S. corn harvested increased approximately 3% between November 16th and the 23rd. So, weather permitting, around Thanksgiving, we should be around that 95% mark. Speaking of weather, let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. Now, we're looking at November 20th through the 25th. Moving into early next week, most of the precip, as you can see, the heavy precip is down south, mainly south of Interstate 80 across the Midwest. Heaviest amounts in that dark pink area, lightest amounts in the green area. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast in another form. We're looking at total amounts there. You can see very heavy in the south, but corn harvest is already wrapped up down there. And we're looking at the north, pretty dry. Let's take a look at the next 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks, most of the harvest, most of the rainfall, I should say, is out in the west and wheat country. And as we move further east and north, mostly normal amounts. Let's shift gears now and focus on Brazil, where they're planting first crop corn. Let's take a look at where that first crop corn is produced in Brazil. Now, planting the first crop corn in Brazil proceeds south to north, from Rio Grande do Sul in the south up to Mato Piba, which is comprised of Maranhão, Tocantins, Piauí, and Bahia in the north. Let's take a look at progress now. Nationwide for first crop corn, again, about 53% planted. Those states in the south that I highlighted are complete. We're now looking at states such as Minas Gerais and Goiás planting at this time. Let's take a look at the weather now in that area. Starting Wednesday through Sunday, it looks like there's going to be some rain in those northern areas, so perhaps first crop planting will be slowed a bit starting this weekend. Let's now take a look at the next 14 days. You can see it looks like normal amounts in that area that we highlighted a moment ago up north. So not a deluge of rain, but maybe a bit of a slowdown when seen in planting as we move into the last part of November. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 309-664-2300. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an update. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.